All right. Last story of the day. California State Park sees over 25,000 illegal cannabis plants in 2024 crackdown.
Yeah, so they do this every year, and I wasn't able to go back and see what they got last year. So, whatever, 4,800 pounds of processed cannabis. They got 18 firearms. They removed 25,000 plants. These are all on state park property. Who the hell is growing weed in a state park?
Well, it's been happening for decades. And when I was growing up, being an avid cannabis user, I loved hearing about the guys that would sneak into these parks and camp and grow some incredible cannabis. Now I hate these stories. Now I think it's terrible. I mean, when I felt that way, the cannabis industry in California was much different. It wasn't legal recreationally, and so everything had to be done kind of underground. It's not that way anymore. You could do things legally, and the reason that all of the laws pertaining to growing they exist are mainly for environmental purposes. All of these people that are going on to these state parks are littering. They are definitely contaminating the local ecosystem. There's tens of thousands of pounds of trash and piping and all of that stuff. So this is all, I'm glad, the more the merrier, in my opinion. We have plenty of cannabis in the local economy. We don't need you to grow them in our state parks.
They removed 16,000 pounds of waste, 33 feet of plastic irrigation tubing,
33 feet, probably.
33,000 feet,
Yeah.
sorry, of irrigation tubing, and over 600 pounds of fertilizer. The fertilizer is the worst because that stuff kills wildlife, it kills plant life. Yeah, so look, we're all for cannabis. Like, great, grow weed wherever you want in a legal setting. you know uh Take it, smoke it, whatever, in a legal setting. It's really easy to do in California these days, right? You don't have to grow it on places that we like to recreate.
We're saving these parks for a reason.
Yeah.
We're literally trying to not make every single square inch of the United States covered in cement and pavement and buildings. And these pristine areas, let's try to keep them pristine, and just going and littering and taking advantage of them pisses me off.
And I know that some of these state parks are big and in some areas remote. Two of the areas that were big in these busts were Clear Lake State Park and Lake Orville, which we know there every year there's someone that grows on Lake Orville. Like, it's not an if, but when you're gonna find them, right? And but isn't it asking to get busted to go on a state park? And maybe they don't know that these areas surrounding, say, Lake Orville in the middle of seemingly nowhere, like, is a state recreation area. But yeah, it's controlled by the state.
They're
They're monitoring
it's
it.
illegal to grow there. Whoever's growing it there knows that what they're doing is against the law.
And my guess is they get harsher penalties if you grow on either federal land or state land.
I'm sure.
So it's stupid to do it. Hey, again, you want to grow your weed, smoke your weed, whatever, do it. Just do it in a legal setting that doesn't harm, the outdoors and the local wildlife and plant life and all that stuff.